Hey everyone, welcome to 21 Ways to Attract High-End Clients. We're so glad that you're here joining us today. Kaylin's going to be coming in and meeting us in a little bit. But for right now, you'll see at the bottom of the page, you have a chat box. So go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us where you're joining us from. And if you were part of the Design Your Life Challenge, let us know and tell us just what your experience was like. And how things were going throughout the last 4 days of the challenge. And today, is the last day. And so I also just want to remind you while you're getting in there to be sure to eliminate all distractions as much as possible. Kaylin's going to be really going over some really great stuff today. So you're going to want to have a pen, paper, writing utensils, Google Docs, whatever works best for you. Make sure you have your drink ready, your phone is off, all tabs are closed, Facebook's off. Just make sure that you are here and present with us, because this is going to be really something that if you're looking for clients, if you really want to, upgrade your business and expand your business in a really meaningful way, then you're definitely going to want to be on this training. And we will have a Q&A call or a Q&A time at the end. So go ahead and use that chat box to go ahead and put any questions that you have as they pop up. And Kaylin will have some time at the very end to go ahead and answer those too. And just as a reminder, because you're on this call, if you stay till the end, there's going to be a very special bonus that you'll qualify for, which is valued at over $297. So you'll definitely want to stay till the end. We'll go for about 45, 50 minutes and then have about 10 minutes for Q&A at the end. So like I said, just be sure to put any of the questions that you have in that chat box below. So let's see, I think that we do have a few people that are starting to join us. Yeah, it looks like people are starting to trickle in and get started. So go ahead and, yeah, we have about 13 people in the chat box now. So go ahead and, like I said, introduce yourself, tell us your name, where you're from. Feel free to share your business, your website URL or anything, so we can kind of get to know each other and get started for this presentation from Kaylin. And if you don't see the chat box at the head, that will usually help to make sure that you're seeing the most up-to-date video and also the chat box down below. And so we'll just get started here in a few minutes. Kaylin will be joining us. Oh, it looks like we have Jennifer Locke here. Awesome. Good to see you, Jennifer.
Hey, Raven.
Hey, Kaylin. So nice to see you.
Nice to see you, too. Thanks for welcoming everybody.
Yeah, we're so excited for this.
Yeah.
So I want to know, for you, why are you so excited to bring us this training today?
Yeah, so I love this topic of attracting high-end clients. And I think first and foremost, and we'll dive into this in the webinar, part of it is clarifying exactly what a high-end client is, because I think we all have a different definition, but I want to share the way I think about it. And so that's something that I think is really helpful. But I feel like there's not enough topics, not enough conversations around this topic, that a lot of people, they see these other individuals enrolling clients and working with people who are like really excited and ready and willing to pay for their packages. And it can feel so challenging to figure out how to get there when you're new in business, or you feel like you're struggling, or you're transitioning in your business. And it's something that really was difficult for me early on, and trying to figure out how exactly I was going to connect with the right people. And so I hope that today our conversation will be really useful. And I will be sharing, like I said, 21 ways to attract high-end clients. It's all the ways that I'm sharing are strategies that I've personally used and that I've shared with my own clients. And we'll also, before we dive into that, give some context around what are these pillars that you need in your business. And clients are actually just one of these 4 pillars that you need. So we'll give some information about how to set yourself up for success, not just with your clients, but with your business as a whole. So I'm super excited to get started. I know Raven mentioned it, but we will be having a Q&A at the end. So if at any point you have questions, feel free to pop them in the chat box and we'll address those at the end of the webinar. We'll be going for about an hour. Little more, a little less. I'm not quite sure. This is a brand new training, so I haven't run through it before, so I'm not sure how long it'll take, but generally we're, between 45 minutes and an hour. And I guess that's about it as far as the initial stuff. So I'm going to switch over and start doing a little bit of a screen share because I put together some slides for you guys, and we'll get rolling. All right. So thank you, Raven. I'll see you on the other side during the Q&A.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. All right, guys. So welcome, welcome. I am so excited to have you here learning 21 ways to attract high-end clients. For those of you who are new to my community or moving through the Design Your Life Challenge, I am so happy to be here and be sharing this time with you. For those of you who are brand new, I want to take a moment to introduce myself. I'm Kaylin Asher, and through my coaching and programs, I help women entrepreneurs create full-time income working part-time hours. And I am so honored that you are joining me here today for this special webinar. I know the content that I'll be sharing has the ability to transform your business and your life in remarkable ways and help you reach new milestones that previously felt out of reach. So get ready, get excited. I'm super excited. Like I said, this is a brand new training and I cannot wait to be bringing it to you. So the women that I work best with are passionate, big dreamers, but they often feel stuck and don't know how to take their business to the next level. They've hit a plateau, they feel kind of stuck or aren't clear about how to move forward in order to reach that next milestone or enroll those high-end clients that they want and that they see other women in their industry doing. So a lot of the people that I work with and who are a part of my community have taken online courses, they've done list building challenges, they've watched Facebook marketing webinars, they've done lots and lots of personal development too. But the clients and the money still aren't there, or at least not in a really consistent way. So if you can relate, believe me, you are in the right place. And that's why I'm so excited to be sharing today 21 ways to attract high-end clients. So if you're ready to reach new business milestones and start working with amazing, perfect for you clients, welcome. I am so glad you're here with me today. And don't worry if finding and working with high-end clients seems completely out of reach. Stick with me. I'm going to be sharing everything I possibly can during our time together to help you understand how you too can find amazing clients no matter what your business is. So before we get started, I'm going to ask that you be fully present. So please choose to be here now to get the most benefit of the content I'm going to be sharing. So if you're on Facebook or you're checking emails or just feel distracted, just for the next 60 minutes, try to set those things aside so you can really benefit from the teachings I'm going to be sharing. Multitasking is not going to help you get high-end clients. So that's your first tip. Also, during this call, I'm going to tell you about a really special opportunity that is available right now that can help you find your perfect for you high-end clients. So I'm really excited to bring this to you today. So get ready for that exciting opportunity too. I'll mention more about that later in the call. So please know that I'm going to share all I possibly can during our time together while still respecting your time, but I'll also give you information about how you can move forward after this webinar with my continued support if what I'm sharing is really resonating with you. So to kick things off, I think it's important to give you some context. So I want to briefly share my story with you, and then we'll immediately dive into 21 ways to attract high-end clients. So before my business turned a corner and took off, I was a struggling entrepreneur for 7 very long years before landing on my perfect for me business, helping women entrepreneurs create full-time income working part-time hours. So during that almost decade of trial and error, I pivoted from business to business and was constantly trying to figure out my thing. I could not land on what truly felt resonant or truly felt good. And I tried a bunch of different things. I tried interior design, I did copywriting, freelance writing, social media marketing. I was writing for a lifestyle magazine. I got certified as a yoga teacher. I was a blogger. I was a ghostwriter, a copywriter. I mean, I tried a lot. And I knew ultimately, deep down, that I was meant to do something meaningful and impactful that changed people's lives and would be endlessly fulfilling, not just for myself, but for them. But I had no idea what form that would take. And after the birth of my first daughter, she's now 3.5, I had this sort of make or break moment. And I thought to myself, if I can't find success, the success that I'm after as an entrepreneur doing my own thing, I should just stop. I should give this up and be a mom to her. It's not worth investing so much of my time and my energy into something that's clearly not working. But luckily, I'm not even quite sure why at this point, but I didn't give up. I decided to try things my way instead. So I created a new schedule that had me working just 3 days a week. Previously, I'd been working full-time hours in my business and making a part-time income. So this was a really big transition. And I was like, I'm going to work just 3 days a week. Then I'll have 4-day weekends with my new baby and my husband. And the amazing thing happened that within a few months, my business turned a corner. I started connecting with amazing high-end clients who were willing to pay for my high-end packages. I started having consistent 5K months. And from there, things continued to grow and improve. And within 1 year of implementing my 3-day work week, I was on the track to cross the 6-figure mark in my business. So during this time, I realized that, like myself, countless other women entrepreneurs felt the exact same way. They knew they were meant to make an impact doing something that they loved, but at the moment, it wasn't working for them and it felt like something was missing. They too, like me, wanted permission to create their businesses their way, not with stress and hustle, but with ease and flow. They wanted, like me, full-time income, working part-time hours. Many of the women I work with are moms or are women with full-time jobs or part-time jobs, and they want to have a life and enjoy it, even in the early stages of building their businesses. So perhaps you can see yourself in my story, and perhaps you're ready, like I was, to build your business your way and work with amazing people every step of the way. So now that you know a bit more about me, let's dive into 21 ways to attract high-end clients. So I'm going to save some time at the end for Q&A. So if you have any questions, just pop them in the chat box and Raven will make note of them so that I can answer anything that comes up for you at the very end. And also, I want to mention that there's a special bonus available to those who are watching this presentation now. It's valued at $297 and will help you implement all that you're learning today. So stick around for more information on that special freebie too. So let's get rolling. So what exactly is a high-end client? I think this is a really important conversation to have because until we define what it is, it becomes really challenging to find them. So a high-end client, a lot of people are probably thinking, oh, well, it's someone who will pay me a lot of money or pay me for my high-end offers. Yes, true. It is a person who is willing to invest in what you're offering. But above and beyond that, high-end clients are a pleasure to work with. They're a perfect fit for your offerings. They are ready and willing to pay your fee. They refer you. They often come back and become repeat clients. So it's really important to recognize that these aren't just people who are willing to pay you a lot of money. These are people who really truly benefit from the work that you're doing. And so it's super important for you to get really clear on who that person is for you. Where are they in their life? What are their struggles? What's coming up for them? What's their vision for where they want to go? And how do you uniquely serve them? So we really need to have that piece of the puzzle in place. And there are tons of exercises that move you through landing on your ideal client. You've probably done countless of them. And so just recognize that we're looking at a three-dimensional person here, not just someone who's willing to pay a lot of money. And now I want to share with you how high-end clients fits into the larger picture of your business. So the way I view business, there are 4 pillars of a successful business. And this is how I've built my business. So, in order to have a fun, fulfilling, and successful business, one that will generate full-time income with part-time hours, we need 4 essential pillars to be put in place. Number 1 is ideal schedule. That's exactly what I did when I claimed that I wanted to work 3 days a week. That's what felt good. I owned my ideal schedule and I set boundaries and made my priorities really clear. And I set myself up for success within the work week that made sense for me. Ideal clients is another one of the 4 essential pillars for a successful business. You need to be connecting with consistently the right people who will benefit most from the work that you do. Ideal positioning. So this comes down to your messaging and your copy and your brand and your packages, all of the things that position you distinctly from anyone else in your industry. It's an essential piece of a successful business. And then the 4th piece, and this is a really, really big one, having the ideal mindset to create the success that you desire. So getting rid of the money blocks, getting rid of the negative storylines, getting rid of the, detrimental self-talk and self-doubt, and really being in the headspace that allows you to draw in those perfect for you clients and stand with confidence in your positioning, in your brand, with your unique voice, and claim your ideal schedule, that you are wanting and willing to work these hours, these days, at these times, and beyond that doesn't make sense. You need to figure out what makes sense for you, your life, and your business. So as you can see, these 4 pillars of a successful business, high-end clients are just one piece of the puzzle. So before we dive into today's training, I just wanted to lay this out for you so you can really see what the whole picture looks like. And before we move into 21 ways to attract high-end clients, I want to share with you some women who have radically improved their lives and grown their businesses thanks to understanding the concept of attracting high-end clients and using these 4 pillars to their advantage. So the first woman I want to introduce you to is Joseanne. She was an amazing client of mine. We began work together last August, and we worked together for a few months over the fall. And she's a blogger, a coach, an author, an entrepreneur. She's a mom to a gorgeous little 18-month-old girl. She's got it all. I mean, she's gorgeous, she's sweet, and I feel like every time I talk to her, she has another awesome project in the works. And when we first connected, she had lots of money blocks. She didn't exactly know how to connect with those right people. She was just on the cusp of up-leveling her business. And the amazing thing is that because she embraced these 4 pillars that I shared with you and really got clear on who her ideal person was, she went from self-admittedly, she had a lot of money blocks. She was kind of stuck in lack with her business. And in the last year, she's built her business up to a $500,000 business in 1 year's time, $500,000 in revenue, which is just remarkable. I'm so proud of her, and she's such an awesome person. So I just want to show you some examples of amazing people who are making their businesses work on their terms. Joseanne, like I said, she's got an 18-month-old daughter. She's just hired a couple team members. She got to hire a nanny. She's getting her time back, which feels really good. But while she built her business up to $500,000 a year, she was working anywhere from 5 to 15 hours a week. So just hear that, 5 to 15 hours a week, and she built a $500,000 business. The next woman I want to introduce you to is Kathy. Kathy was a brand new life coach when we began our work together. She's a podcast host. She's a mom. She's got a brick and mortar like massage and wellness studio that she's still running. So she's a busy, busy woman. And when we first connected, she was brand new. She had had zero sales calls and wasn't exactly sure how to start enrolling clients. And so I shared a process with her that I really love, and we'll dive into that more in when we get into the 21 ways to attract high-end clients. But we use this process of surveying to generate 60 hot leads for her, people that raised their hand and said, yes, I am interested in working with you. And when I last spoke to her, she had her first few calls after, and we did a little quick sales training, and she was starting to convert at a rate of 50%. So half the people she was talking to were turning into clients. So you can see that when you have these pillars aligning for you, when you start connecting with your right people, when you start attracting those high-end clients, your business can take off really, really quickly. That's what happened for myself. That's what happened for Kathy. Joseanne had an amazing transition in her business. It can really take off very, very quickly. I've got one more woman I want you to meet, and then we're going to dive into the meat of the presentation. So this is Belinda. Belinda is totally fun. She actually just posted this video of her dancing in my Facebook group the other day, and it made me smile and laugh. She's so awesome. And we came together because she wanted a plan to skyrocket her business as quickly as possible. At the time, she was making about $500 a month in her business. She still has a full-time job that she's working at. She's got 2 little kids, and she was ready and to claim her space. She was tired of this business just kind of, chugging along in the background. She wanted to step to the forefront. And so we developed a plan for her to create $15,000 in new business in the next 90 days. It was really, really fun to map that out with her. And when I last spoke to her, it was about 2 weeks into her 90 days. So 14 days into the 90 days. And she was saying that she was talking to lots and lots of potential clients and planting tons of money seeds, which is so great to hear and exactly what you need to be doing in order to get those high-end clients coming through. So one of the things that all of these women have in common is that they are dedicated to establishing all 4 pillars of success in their businesses. And a very important one being attracting the right people to them and their offerings. So now let's dive into 21 ways to attract high-end clients. I know in the email that you got with this, when signing up for this webinar, that there was a worksheet that you could fill out. So if you are interested in taking notes, now is a great time to get that worksheet out or open up a Google Doc or something, because we're going to get rolling here. So the first way to attract high-end clients is to email your list if you have one. So if you are not in the habit of selling to your list and inviting members of your community to work with you, now is the time to start. I cannot tell you how many people I speak with who, yes, maybe have a small list. Maybe they've got, 50, 100, 500, and they're like, oh, well, there's not enough people there. There's not high-end clients on my list. I've been emailing these people for ages and no one buys. But if you've not offered them anything to buy, then it can be really challenging. So please get in the habit of letting your people know what you offer. Email them, let them know what you've got going on, what high-end packages are available, because unless you share it, they might not know. Yes, I'm sure it's on your website and you think, oh, if they're really interested, they'll go there, they'll find me. No, you've got to show up where they are. So email it to them. Another way, engage in Facebook groups, both your own if you have one, or other targeted groups that you know your ideal clients are hanging out in. Offer value, offer helpful advice, offer inspiring stories, including professional images and graphics with your posts is really helpful. If you're allowed to, maybe doing a Facebook Live, that's really, really great because people see your smiling face, they hear your voice, they get a sense of your personality. Put yourself out there. So often we're waiting for high-end clients to find us, to suddenly show up in our world out of the blue. Instead, you have to think about where are they and show up there. Show up there and start offering value, start engaging with them, start having conversation. Number 3, this is the tactic that I taught Kathy. It's to survey people. So you create a survey that asks your ideal clients targeted questions. Not only will you get great ideas for programs, for products, when people fill this survey out, but you'll also have a fresh list of potential high-end clients. So send this survey out to your list, post it in Facebook groups, ask people in your communities, if you're part of a mastermind, something like that, to fill it out. And you will get people who are ripe and ready to work with you. Something that I love to do with these surveys is to include, as a thank you, the opportunity to book a call with me. Or I'll say I'm going to pick 5 winners at random from the people who have filled out the survey, and they will get calls with me. So you can start moving them in the direction of working with you. Another way is to ask friends and family for referrals. I know that this sometimes feels uncomfortable, especially in the early stages of our business, to own what we're doing and talk about it, but that is one of the best possible ways to build your confidence and to get clients, is to talk about your business. So ask your friends and family for referrals. Ask business buddies for referrals, people that you've connected with online, collaborated with, you're in Facebook groups with. See if they know people who would be a good fit. Or one step beyond that, partner with a complementary business owner and offer something of value that would appeal to your ideal high-end client. So maybe you do branding and you could partner with a web designer so that you could do the branding for the website, they could build the website and offer a package of that nature to your ideal clients. Or maybe you want to offer something free. And so you collaborate with someone on a telesummit or a challenge or a webinar, something where you can pool your communities together and cross-pollinate. They get in front of your people, you get in front of their people. Another great way to connect with high-end clients is to create a wish list of potential high-end clients and send them personal invitations to work with you. Again, so let's say you've been emailing your list and you're like, no one is responding to my emails. High-end clients want high-end treatment even before they become clients. So reaching out to them personally with a personal invite via email or Facebook message or whatever feels appropriate is a great way to let them know that you see them, you value them, and you're excited to work with them. And that can do a lot for moving them in the direction of working with you. Another great thing is to track your stats. So check out who is consistently opening your newsletters, your emails, and send them personal notes of gratitude. This will open the door for communication for future potential work together. So this is a really easy thing to do if you have MailChimp or ConvertKit or any, email management software. Just see who is opening your stuff every week or every time you send it. See who is engaging consistently. They might not be the people that you're aware of. They might be a little more shy. They're loving consuming your content, but they haven't stepped up and let you know that. And so just noticing that and sending them a note of gratitude and saying, hey, I really appreciate how active you've been in the community or how much you've been engaging with my content. I'd love to have, a get to know you chat and just see where it goes. Plant those seeds. Another great thing to do is to create an irresistible freebie. Create something that your ideal high-end client would love and then share it everywhere. So one of the things that has been the most attractive freebie that I've ever created, and you guys might be familiar with it, is my 3-day work week schedule. When I created that, so many women started coming to the forefront and raising their hand to work with me because it was something that was so attractive to them. The idea of having a 3-day work week, a flexible schedule, creating full-time, abundant, 6-figure income working 3 days a week was exactly what my ideal high-end client wants to know about and wants to learn from me. And it's what I am best suited to teach because I live it day in and day out. And so when you land on that irresistible offer, that irresistible freebie, you start attracting more and more of the right people into your community. And again, you share that on Facebook. You could run Facebook ads to it. You promote it anytime you're interviewed for a podcast or a telesummit or anything. If you host a webinar, always be inviting people to get their hands on that freebie because that's moving them into your list and that keeps you in consistent communication. Number 10. I don't think there's numbers on the slides for you guys, but just to give you a sense of where we're at number 10 right now. Start a Facebook ads campaign. So in my personal experience, it's really best to hire a professional to do this. So this is something you want to do once you're really clear on your ideal client and you have a freebie that you're really ready to share and you have a feeling it's going to start connecting with those clients in a big way. So I tried creating Facebook ads on my own and I never got close to the results of the ladies that I hired to do it for me. So if you need a recommendation, let me know. Happy to share my resources with you. But a Facebook ads campaign is an amazing way to consistently build your community and be moving people who are a great fit for your offers into your community regularly. Number 11, run a challenge. So this is great to give people a taste of what you offer and your amazingness, and then invite them into deeper work following the challenge for those who are a really good fit. So a challenge builds a lot of momentum, a lot of energy, people are super active, and then those who are ready and excited and want to dive deeper, they can then have the opportunity to work with you more closely. Number 12, host a webinar. So before high-end clients buy, they need to build a relationship hopeful. Plus, a webinar can give them a taste of your offer. Let's say you're enrolling a group program. You could have your webinar be a little micro teaching of a module of that program that then invites them into the program if they would like more information and a richer, deeper experience. Another idea is to invite people to experience your work. So anytime you interact with someone that your gut tells you could be a potential ideal client for you, trust it and invite that person to experience your work during a free discovery call, maybe 30 to 60 minutes in length. So I'm going to take a little pause here. I'm going to walk the talk because I'm sharing all ways to attract amazing clients into your business. So I want to let you know, I have opened up a small handful of free 30-minute clarity calls specifically for women who are interested in receiving coaching from me and exploring working together at this time. So if you know that having someone help you establish the 4 pillars that we covered earlier, ideal schedule, ideal clients, ideal positioning, and ideal mindset is exactly what you need to move your business forward in a big way, just click the button below this video and you can schedule your free call. Now, again, these calls are reserved for women who are looking for a coach at this time. So if that is you, if you're thinking, you know what, I've been thinking about a coach for a while and this might be the right time, this call is for you. So now on to number 14. So funnel those clients into working with you. So if you don't currently have a welcome sequence when people join your email list, it's time to create one. So it can be really, really simple. You don't have to overthink it. A 5 to 7 email series is really plenty. So make sure that you're offering value every step of the way with each email that you're sending, and also include a clear call to action in every single email that you're sending. Like, click here to book a complimentary discovery session with me. So every time they hear from you over that week or so of 5 to 7 emails, they're being invited into a conversation with you. Another really important thing is to be consistent. High-end clients often need several touches before they invest in your work. So that means they need to feel your presence in a real way. So you need to be sending regular emails. You need to be engaging with your community on Facebook, hopping on Facebook Lives, sharing things on social media, commenting back and liking their stuff, and letting your presence be felt in their lives. Often, when you are connecting with people who you see as potential high-end clients, one of the very best things you can do is become their fan, like their stuff, comment on their post, let them know that you truly care about them, send them a message or an email, and just let them know that you want to be in touch and you think they've got a good thing going on. Follow up. This cannot be said enough. If you don't hear back from someone that you clicked with, follow up with them. There is no shame in reaching back out. Our lives are so busy, and not everyone is thinking about us and our work 24/7 like we are. So even though I might have had a great call with a woman a couple of weeks ago, she seemed super interested, and then she told me she'd get back to me and she didn't. It doesn't mean she hates me. It doesn't mean she doesn't want to work with me. It might just mean like her kid got sick and then something came up at work, and then, her husband was out of town and traveling and life got in the way. And following back up, just saying, hey, I had such a great call with you. How's it going? Do you, want to hop on a quick call again? Can I answer any questions? Just being there and showing up and making myself top of mind again could be the very thing that shifts the focus and gets her feeling seen and remembered and all of that good stuff that people like to experience before they work with somebody. Circle back. So think about it. Did you have like a great consultation with someone 3 months ago? Circle back and get in touch. Perhaps now is the right time to work together. So often when I'm on consultation calls with people, the timing might not be perfect. And so before we hang up, I always ask them, hey, when would be a better time for us to connect? When would be a better time for us to work together? And if they say 3 months from now, I set a reminder in my phone for 2.5 months from now to email them or to get in touch so that we can see if that timing is making sense. Check in. Check back in with past clients. So this is often the easiest place to find a yes. Past clients know, like, and trust you. Create something with them in mind and invite them in. So for example, for my past clients who have moved through my 3-month program, I then offer another way of working with me. It's monthly calls instead of bi-weekly calls so that we're able to maintain the momentum from coaching in a slightly different format. So if you're not currently thinking about offers exclusively for past clients, this might be a really great way to quickly find some high-end clients just by creating something past clients would love. Number 19, turn consumers into customers. So if you're ready to move things to the next level in your business, creating a small info product is a great way to start moving people from your list into the buying mindset. So if you've got a couple hundred people on your list, definitely if you've got 1,000 or more, this could be a really great fit for you. So create something small. This could be as simple as, beautifully packaging up something you've already created, like a series of webinars, a PDF ebook, some audio trainings, or a small course. And sell it for a reasonable price point, under $100 to the people on your list. That will convert new people who were previously just content consumers into customers, and it shifts their mindset. They become a buyer. And ideally, they love the content, the paid offer that they purchased. And so they're then that much warmer of a lead to become a high-end client down the road. Number 20, we're getting to the end here, guys. Hang in. We've got just a couple more for you. So number 20, turn customers into high-end clients. So after people buy from you once, they are so much more likely to buy from you again and again. So if you keep offering great value, you will see that people that maybe started by buying a $47 info product, 6 months, a year later, become a client who invests thousands of dollars with you. So see who has previously purchased from you and target them directly with a VIP offer, a limited time incentive, or a special invite or a personal invite into a premium level program. Because, like I said, people who have bought from you have this whole new level of know, like, and trust in your community. And they are so much more ready to become a high-end client. And now, lastly, number 21. This one is so, so important. Believe that you are worthy of high-end clients. This one is huge, and it ties into the mindset pillar that is essential for success. Before you will ever enroll high-end clients consistently, you need to feel worthy of them. So if you are questioning your expertise, your skills, your value, you need to start repatterning the way you're thinking and do all you can to maintain a mindset of success. So high-end clients want a confident leader, not a worried amateur. So own your worth. You have totally got this. There are hundreds, if not thousands, if not tens of thousands of people who need exactly what you do and will be ready and willing to pay for it when you get in front of them and when you share your heart and share your passion for the work that you do. So just know that, yes, attracting high-end clients can be a long game, but if you show up consistently and rely on, you don't have to do all 21 of these things if it feels overwhelming. Just pick a handful. Try them for yourself. Go with the ones that feel the most authentic and the most good for you and your business, and see where it goes for you. So before we move into the Q&A, I just want to share one last case study of another amazing woman. So this is Jasmine. When I first connected with Jasmine, she was brand new to the coaching sphere. She had just started her life coaching certification. She really knew she wanted a business, but she didn't know exactly what that would look like. She still had a full-time job as a physical therapist and just felt really overwhelmed by all of the to-dos that lay ahead of her. And during our time together, we mapped out a really clear plan for how she could step in the direction of what she was wanting. We created packages for her based on the ideal client that we had identified. And I just connected with her a couple days ago. And in this past year, not only has she started enrolling clients, but she actually created her first group program that women are getting amazing results from and are totally loving. And so again, this just goes to show you, when you get clear on who those ideal clients are and start connecting with them, things can transition so very quickly. And so if you want to start attracting high-end clients with ease and love the idea of establishing your ideal positioning, your ideal schedule, and your ideal mindset in order to do that, like I mentioned before, I've opened up just a handful of free 30-minute clarity calls. And on the call, we'll discuss exactly how to apply the strategies I've shared today specifically to your business in a sustainable way so that you too can set yourself up for full-time income working part-time hours with amazing, perfect for you clients. So as I said before, the only catch is that these calls are reserved specifically, for women who are seriously interested in working together at this time. So if you're looking for a coach, if you would appreciate the chance to experience my coaching firsthand, I invite you to apply for one of those free 30-minute calls via the button below this presentation. So with that said, let's hop on over to the questions that you guys have. And I'll set a 15-minute timer so we don't go too far beyond 3 o'clock, just so we're closing up right on time here. So let's see. Patty had a question. So an irresistible freebie eludes me, but I am hooked on yours and I have it. So excited to master the 3-day work week. So essentially, how do you develop an irresistible freebie? I think one of the best ways to do this is, instead of sitting in isolation behind your computer, get out and talk to people. So if you are trying to figure out exactly what that irresistible freebie would be, I think it's really important to start engaging with your community and the people around you and asking them, like, what is it about my work that intrigues you? Or what about what I do you have questions? Or, what exactly do I do that could help you? Or what questions do you have? And just see what starts coming through. And you'll start realizing, for me, it was like every podcast I was interviewed on, every person that I talked to, every community event that I attended, people knew me as like the 3-day work week person. They're like, hey, you have this unicorn schedule that nobody has. You work only 3 days a week. Tell me more. And so it became really clear that that's what people wanted to know about. And I have no doubt, Patty, if you start talking to people and sharing your heart and your business, there's going to be something that people hook into and want to know more about. And when you see what that is, when you hear what that is the thing to build your freebie around. Okay, someone else asked, how do you reach out to your wish list? Do you have an example of the email or message you would send? So I think, honestly, one of the best ways to reach out to your client wish list is to just do it in a very casual, authentic way. Just sort of, if you're Facebook messaging them, hey, I've been seeing your Facebook posts lately. They're really resonating with me. I'd love to hop on a quick call and connect. So there's no pressure. And honestly, you're not going to go into that call trying to sell them into something, but rather to establish a human to human connection, because high-end clients come about after they feel a connection with you. So the wish list reach out doesn't have to be anything super formal. It can be as simple as like, hey, I've been seeing your posts of your adorable kids, and I love the stuff you're sharing. It's so funny. Do you want to hop on a quick call? I'd love to get to know you better. It can be, as easy as that and as simple as that. And so I encourage you not to overthink it, but instead see it as seed planting for future potential clients. Instead of feeling like I need to find a client right now, think about how you can connect with people now so that clients are in your pipeline. So I hope that's helpful. If you have any follow-up questions, feel free to share those in the chat box. All right, another question. How did you land your first high-end client? So to be completely honest, I don't actually remember how that first high-end client came through. But what I do remember was that prior to working with her, I did get really clear on who I was looking for, what type of woman. I got clear on the type of package I wanted to put together for her based on the feedback I was getting from people in my community and my life, and what I sort of intuitively felt was appropriate. And what I'll also say is that the price point has to feel in alignment. So a high-end client for me then is not what I would necessarily charge a high-end client now. And so you have to be okay with starting where you're at. And as you grow in skills and confidence and your work develops and your community grows, unapologetically and quickly, of course, raise your rates. That's totally fine to raise them as you move into your business. And so if you're brand new in business and thinking, oh my gosh, how the heck am I going to ever get someone to pay me $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 for something? Maybe just finding someone who pays you $500 feels in alignment right now. And then once that happens a couple times, then it's $750, and then it's $1,500, and then it's $2,500, and then it's $3,000 or $5,000. So step into it. Don't feel like just because you see other people charging a certain amount for the work that they're doing, that's what's right for you. Maybe they've been in business for 5, 10, 15 years, or maybe, they've got all their mindset blocks removed and they're totally like, grooving in the wealth consciousness area, and they just feel so worthy of that's what they can call in. Just trust what feels good for you intuitively. You'll know. If you're feeling like you're undercharging, that feels bad. If you feel like you're overcharging, that feels icky. You just have to find that price point that works for you and feels really, really good. Okay, someone's asking what kinds of one-on-one coaching packages do I offer and exactly what do they look like for my high-end clients? So for my high-end clients, there's two ways that I work with them. I have a 3-month coaching package, which is a series of 6 bi-weekly sessions. During that time, they get email access to me. I really get to know them and their businesses. All my coaching's bespoke. So depending on what they have in mind is what we focus on in our businesses. Of course, I offer my guidance and support, and I make sure we're hitting on those 4 pillars that I mentioned: ideal schedule, ideal clients, ideal positioning, and ideal mindset. But essentially, depending on where that person is in their business and where they want to go, we set intentions specifically for them that are a really good fit. So I have that ongoing 3-month package, and then I also offer a VIP intensive. And the way that is laid out is a one-time 3-hour session followed by a 20-minute jam session about 4 to 6 weeks later. And so this particular package is a really great fit, if you're thinking about how to structure things for clients, for people who are self-starters, who just want the plan and then they're good to go. They want, an injection of rocket fuel in an intensive session, and then they know they're going to go flying out of that session and don't need the ongoing support, accountability, and guidance that something like a 3-month package or a 4-month or 6-month or however long it is would offer you. Something that I will also say about the way I structure my ongoing coaching, that 3-month package, is I coach bi-weekly. So every other week I'm seeing clients. And so this is not just a great fit for me because I have space between my sessions. So I'm coaching all my clients on my A week, and then my B week's open for projects, content creation, things like that. But it's actually fantastic for my clients as well because they have more breathing room. They have space between our sessions to implement things. So again, when you're thinking about putting these packages together for your high-end clients, think about, what makes sense for their lives and their businesses, if you're in the coaching sphere, or how much time they would need to implement or integrate what you've been sharing with them, and piece that into the package that you're creating so that you're really doing something that makes sense for them and their businesses. Let's see. Got a few minutes left here. If anyone has any other questions, I'm happy to answer those. I also just want to say thank you guys so much for being on this live call today. It's always such a pleasure to bring these teachings to you guys. And, if there's anything else that you'd love to know about in the future, another topic that would be really helpful for you, please know that I'm always open to your suggestions and your feedback. I always want to be creating the content that makes the most sense for you guys and is of the most value for you. And so always, let me know what's going on for you, whether it be in the Facebook group, send me a Facebook message, email hello@kaylinasher.com. Just let us know what would be most helpful because that's what we want to be addressing and want to be talking about for all of you. And so I'll just take a moment here during our last few minutes that if, like I said, what I covered today spoke to you, and if the idea of having my guidance, my support excites you, if that would feel really good, and you think it could be, the turning point for you in your business, like it was for some of the women whose stories I shared on this webinar, I would love for you to apply for one of those free 30-minute calls via the button below. So during that call, we would not only explore if working together is a good fit at this time, but I'll make sure you leave our time together with a clear idea of how you can move your business forward right now. So, as you might have heard me say before, I only work with a small handful of clients at one time, usually 7 or 8. And 4 of the spots are filled. So if this is something that's speaking to you, if you are thinking I might be the right coach for you at this time, I really encourage you to apply for one of those free 30-minute calls so that we can chat, we can make sure we are a good fit, we can talk about you and your business and get you some inspiration, some guidance right off the bat. And if appropriate, then we can, see what kind of coaching package would be the right fit for you. Fit for you at this time if that's feeling good. And obviously I understand coaching is a big investment. It's something that I've done for myself many, many times over. I actually just re-upped with a coach of my own. It's a woman I've been admiring and really interested in working with for a number of years. And I finally pulled the trigger this summer and invested in her year-long mastermind, which will be really remarkable. I don't know if you were familiar. Her name's Selena Sue. She's a marketing and PR strategist. She's brilliant. She's got an amazing business. And so I'm going to be starting with her in September, which will be awesome. And something that really hit me when I was first thinking about investing in a coach years and years ago was that, it was feeling so uncomfortable, this idea of putting money out. And what I realized was that not a single successful person that I admired did it all alone. They all had coaches, they all had mentors, they all had advisors and team members, and they had people supporting them. And so when I realized that, I knew that the only way for me to get to that next level would be to open myself up to that same kind of support, to say that I was ready and willing to invest in myself in that way too, because there was no way that I was going to get to that next level without having some guidance and streamlining the process. Because like I said early, on in the webinar when I was sharing my story with you guys, I was in business for 7 years before I hired my first coach. And during that time, I was working full-time hours, working more than I wanted to, more than felt good, and making a part-time income. It just was not lining up. And then when I switched to my 3-day work week and I hired my coach, all of this stuff started lining up for me and really crystallizing in a way that made sense for me and my life and my business. And so I hope that if you're feeling that now is your time, that you're ready, that you'll do what makes sense for you in your business. Doesn't mean you have to work with me, but trust your instinct. You know what is right for you. Maybe you've been eyeing up someone's group program or someone's mastermind or a new training or just connecting with someone. You've been listening to their podcast and love what they do, or reading their blog and you just think they're awesome. Let them know, reach out, like trust your gut. Think about what the most successful version of you, whoever that woman is, whatever she looks like, what would she do? And then do that. Because the only way we're going to become her and develop into her and expand to be her is by acting like her in whatever small ways we can. And, that's the whole idea of these incremental upgrades, that if you've been moving through the Design Your Life Challenge we've been talking about, we have to see where we want to go and start making these tiny tweaks and adjustments to get ourselves in alignment to go there. And so with all that said, I just want to end by thanking you guys really from the bottom of my heart for being here on this webinar, for being a part of this journey, for spending this time with me on your Friday. I usually don't have webinars on Fridays. They're normally Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays, but I appreciate you spending your Friday with me. It's such a pleasure. And I look forward to hopefully connecting with some of you on these calls so that I can get to know you better, get to know your business better, and see if there's a way that I can support you in creating full-time income, working part-time hours for yourself, just like I've been able to do with my 3-day work week. It's one of the things I love talking about the most. It's one of the things I love helping women with the most. And so if that is what is feeling good for you and what would make sense for you and your life and your business, I would love to support you in that and see how we could work together. So thank you guys. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Raven, for monitoring all the comments and the questions. I really appreciate it. Take care, guys, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.